Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53. Let's get you ready to take on your Tuesday here in the Morning Sprint.
Olivia Roberts has For the People election coverage this morning, and Destiny Richards is live at the newly renovated SHADLE Park Library.
But first, Mark Peterson tracking clouds and some mild temperatures in the forecast, Mark.
Yeah, we have a mild start already, 38 degrees. Again, we've got some thin clouds, and we're going to see some breaks in that in the 24-hour forecast. Cloudy conditions through the morning hours. The afternoon looks to get a little better. We'll get some nice breaks and then more cloud cover coming in. And we look at what we can expect for today with the temperatures warming to 47 by noon, holding on to the clouds later on, 51 for our high today.
A missing persons case is now a murder investigation. A Spokane father admitted to confronting and killing a 19-year-old who he says sold his daughter in a sex trafficking ring. Police say the teen's body has been hidden in the trunk of a car for a year. To learn more about the details of this case and reaction, find this story on KXOY.com.
28 million kids could be getting a dose of protection from COVID in the coming weeks. Pfizer's low-dose vaccine just needs one more stamp of approval from the CDC, which votes on the issue today. If the panel of experts gives it the green light, CDC Director Rochelle Walensky will need to approve the recommendation. Pfizer says the size of the vaccine is about a third of the dosage given to adults and is more than 90% effective in preventing infection.
New this morning, the federal government is one step closer to requiring many employers to vaccinate employees or test them weekly for COVID. The rule applies to private companies that employ 100 or more workers. The Office of Management and Budget completed its review of the emergency rule yesterday, and it will be published in the Federal Register within days. Any worker who opts for testing instead of vaccination must wear a mask at work.
Well, today you get to decide on the future of our cities and our schools. From school board races to city council seats, we want to make sure you have everything you need to know before casting your vote in the general election. The Spokane Public School Board has 5 members in total. This election, you can vote for 2 of those seats. Daryl Gefkin and Melissa Bedford are running for seat 3. Kata Dean and Riley Smith are running for seat 4. East Valley, West Valley, Central Valley, Meade, Coeur d'Alene, and Post Falls all have school board elections as well. In the race for Spokane City Council, Jonathan Bingle and Nagmana Shirazi are running for District 1. Zach Sapone and Mike Lish are vying for a seat in District 3, and Betsy Wilkerson is running unopposed in District 2. You can find our complete coverage on all local candidates at KXOY.com/forthepeople.
Well, please join us in our special For the People coverage tonight on 4 News Now at 5 and 6 o'clock. We'll bring you results as soon as they're available on KXOY.com, followed by complete coverage on 4 News Now Nightside at 11.
Breaking news this morning out of Afghanistan. At least 16 people have been wounded in a pair of explosions at a military hospital in Kabul. It's still unclear if anyone was killed. The Daud Khan military hospital was targeted 10 years ago by Taliban suicide bombers, and in 2017 when ISIS gunmen disguised as medical personnel killed 30 people.
We've been live this morning at the newly renovated SHADLE Park Library in North Spokane. It's one of 2 Spokane public libraries reopening this month. The other is Liberty Park, and this one has more meeting space, a demonstration kitchen, a discovery garden, and even a children's play space. So lots of fun here for all ages at the library. They are opening tomorrow. They have a ribbon cutting at noon, but it officially opens at 2 o'clock. You can go and see this story on KXOY.com for more information on SHADLE Park Library.
Well, new this morning, opening statements in the trial of teenager Kyle Rittenhouse are expected to begin today. Rittenhouse has been charged with shooting and killing 2 men during protests in Kenosha, Wisconsin last year after the police shooting of Jacob Blake. Rittenhouse was 17 at the time. His lawyers say he went out with his AR-15 style rifle to protect businesses after arson and looting, and the shooting was in self-defense. 20 people have been selected to serve as jurors in this trial.
Former Jeffrey Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell and her attorneys haven't asked for a plea deal, and prosecutors haven't offered one. Maxwell said in court yesterday, quote, "I have not committed any crimes." She is facing federal charges, including sex trafficking and conspiracy. Attorney Bobby Sternheim says Maxwell is not guilty of a crime to warrant a plea deal.
Convicted killer Robert Durst was indicted on a separate murder charge in connection with his late wife's death. Kathleen McCormick Durst was last seen in 1982. Her body has not been found, and she was declared legally dead in 2017. Durst is in custody in California, where he stood trial for Berman's murder. Right back with a final check of weather next.